it, and then you're done.
And welcome to Duke's United show on another disappointing, depressing and upsetting morning after the performance yesterday. I'm your host, Garf, and with me, the man everyone wants to see, the star of the show, Nathan the Duke Ellington. I was going to say, how are we doing this morning, mate?
It's just like, morning, mate? I watch the match like I'm watching a movie now. You know, like you just sit there like, that's how I'm sitting. Every time I'm just sitting there like, I knew this is coming. I know this is coming. I know we're going to lose. We're getting bad. We're going to get beat. I'm saying it all day. I knew it from last week. We knew this. Every game, I feel like we're going to lose. It's all obviously because you can see what we're producing. We're not producing good football. So, and we're open as hell. I just want to get into all this stuff, but there's so many reasons why we're not good enough. And the only reason why we're going to be good enough is players coming back from injury, the main players coming back from injury. Because although Maguire had an okay game on the ball, he had one of them games where goals that go in, they don't happen if Varane and Martinez are there because they shut it down. It was so easy. They parted the Red Sea for the guy to come in and bang bottom corner. Like, it was so easy. Didn't have to do nothing. Lindelof got taken away when he could have just held his position because the man went on to Maguire. Maguire stuck, and then the guy goes and scores. Maguire actually had some good spraying of the ball. I did like that. I did like the way he was keeping the ball. But really, defensively, we didn't need to drop off so far, firstly. And secondly, obviously, like I said, Lindelof just gets taken away like it's nothing, like he's a non-league player. That's what non-league players do. It was just too easy, man. And then you look at Delo. My goodness me.
Oof, yeah.
Delo, yeah, from the halfway line, he sees him coming. He looks at him, starts jogging back. Then he doesn't look at him again, and he's watching the play, jogging back. When you're a fullback and you don't have the ball and we're counter-attacked, why are you not busting the gut to get back in and face the play? Instead, he's jogging back, and Thingy's there behind him, running. Then as the ball gets played, he then looks to the left and sees he's already ahead of him, and it's a goal. That's where, how can you be ball watching for the first goal? Second goal, you have Hannibal, who, there was no one else in the box, yeah? We moved into the box, and Hannibal should have just latched on to Hall, who scored. But instead, he kept going and went right next to Maguire and Lindelof. Like, he didn't need to be there. He just needed to be marking his man. So then if it goes to him, but instead he was ball watching as well. And we concede another goal. Too easy to beat. And it's not Ten Hag's fault for me. I'm still not putting it on Ten Hag's fault. I'm putting it on the fact that we do not have our players back. Okay, Varane, Evans, I would have blatantly played in front of them. But instead he played Maguire and Lindelof. That's exactly what we know as the defence that we've always had that was poor. And now we got Reguilon added to it. Okay, bit more balance on the left. But again, you have that's the team that we watched Ragnick with. Dalot, Maguire, Lindelof. So what do you expect? What are we expecting? Guys, come on.
I'm expecting a little bit more passion, a little bit more drive, whatever word you want to use there, whatever cliche. Daz here. I thought you're joining us, Daz. Come on, get cathartic with us, mate. Come in and let it be known how you feel. We've been through so many managers, nothing has changed. We know that, exactly. Maguire, 3 out of 10, he's saying. Curlers, good to see you as always, Curlers. The problem is we can see what's going on. Not backtracking is the height of player ignorance, exactly what Nathan was just saying there. Not making tackles is also another crime, and we see players doing this game after game. Can't disagree with you at all there, Curlers. There's again, I'm not going to read that out, but definitely, agree with you entirely there. That's exactly what I'm saying. There's no, it feels like there's cowards on the pitch, and I hate to use words like that about players because I was never a professional player. I don't know how it is out there, you know what I mean? And I don't want to believe that players aren't giving their all. But Nath, I mean, quickly, sorry, Curtis. Our defence is slow and not wanting it again, but let's say 95% of his entire squad. But unlike our rivals like City and Liverpool, any United manager won't be allowed to sell this squad. That's toxic. I agree. We'll get into that in a minute. As a pro, Nath, have you ever seen players not giving it, like just done with the team, done with the manager, and it shows on the pitch and they don't give that extra 10% that makes them elite players?
If we're talking about Man United right now, I don't think they were short of trying. I think we tried in the second half. I think we really tried. But when you're not good enough, you're not good enough. Like, it's the reality of it. We can try and put it down to they're not trying, but I'm putting it down to they're not good enough. Like, they're just not good enough. The players we have on the pitch are not good enough. In too many areas, like I said, we don't have specialists in the areas that count. Even team like Newcastle, you have like Gordon. His pace, his ability to like smash his way into certain areas like with ease and get ahead of defenders, that's something that makes him a special looking player. Like, but that's all he has to do in his position. And then you see like Joe Linton in midfield. He ain't that good, but what he is, he's a beast. He'll get to the ball, smash you off it, and pass it to someone. And then you've got the people like Almiron, sorry. He's a little tricky little player. And remember, when he didn't have all them other players around him, what were we saying before? He just flits and farts around. He's an annoying player, but he's got some, you can see he has some ability about him, but we just didn't have other players around him. Now Newcastle took it to another level, start bringing players in who can do stuff. Now he's starting to look the part. Like he always had like a left foot. It was always good. He's always quite quick, but now it's making it count. And this is what I'm saying. It's making it count because all the players are playing in the right positions, doing the right things and doing their thing simple. United don't have anybody in any position. Okay. I can say we've got a goalkeeper right now. He's kind of average shot stopping, very good with his feet, elite. Okay, that's great. No problem. Now you move to midfield. The defense. At the moment, what was on the pitch, there's nothing but an elite. I would say, if you talk about everywhere at the back, Reguilon's the only one with a bit of an elite attacking kind of crossing balls in. Apart from that, defensively, all four not good enough. Attacking wise, none of them apart from Reguilon. So that's just one position where you're going to get some delivery. Then you go to midfield. And you're playing Casemiro, who somehow got injured already. So he's back out again.
Yeah.
And then he can do his job. But then why are we not seeing both of them at the same time? Why can we not play both of them at the same time? You need to have Thingy in there. You need to have Casemiro sitting in there with Amrabat so we can actually pass and move the ball without losing it. And then you let the other players do their jobs with Bruno a bit ahead. You know what? I'm going to say Anthony, he worked real hard yesterday. And I saw some improvement in him. But he still didn't have the end product we needed. But it wasn't short of hard work. I think he really tried his best. He really tried his best to be kind of cute and pass the ball quickly and do what he needs to do. Shot again, though. It's not good enough in terms of the shooting. In terms of being able to cross a ball without getting it blocked, open an angle and cross it so no one blocks you. So that's where it's the ability side where I said not good enough. It's not trying. Yeah. He really, really tried, but he just didn't have the ability to shoot on target when he cut in, and he didn't have the ability to cross a ball in with good quality enough times. He did one to the back post, which was really good. Apart from that, nothing. And then Garnacho was in and out again. And then again, Martial was sitting around hoping the perfect ball comes to him. Not going to happen. So, yeah.
That's the problem, though, as well. I was going to say, if that's Anthony giving his best, that's an issue, because he did do better. I'll agree with you. You saw him actually take a man on and stuff. Let's get through a few of these comments. Daz, before we sack the manager, we need to sack the recruitment team, else the next manager's going to have the same issues. Couldn't agree more, mate. I don't think the manager's going to get sacked, but let me just run off a couple of stats for you from that game. That's the biggest win at Old Trafford for Newcastle since 1930. That's 8 home defeats in 15 home games this season. It's the worst start to a season for Manchester United since 1962. And that is the first time we've lost 5 of our opening 10 home games since 1930. These stats are horrific, and they keep adding up. And in the end,
Seriously.
it's going to be bad. Yeah, curlers, effing fight is what I want. Andy Cole said it last night. As soon as they cross that line, they have to fight for each other, and they don't. That's where I'm coming from. That's what it does feel like. It feels like the players have given up. Daz, our players don't win any of the 50-50s. That's another great. It's another great one. It's like when you're on FIFA playing that dude that you can never get the. You know what I mean? Like, if this was new, then all you know.
Sorry, you'll see it in a minute.
Yeah, I'm getting to it, mate. I'm getting to it. If this is new, all United fans will be saying sack Erik Ten Hag, but we've seen this since the days of LVG and Jose. Our signings are either sticking plasters or cheap options because we overspend. Couldn't agree with you more. In 2023, Man United don't have one recognised quality proven striker. That's fair.
So true.
That's his RG Bear. And he's absolute pants. He needs to be in prison for that performance. Never mind beating his I honestly did think he did a little bit better last night. He's still rubbish. Still rubbish. Are you still giving him a 6 out of 10 for that left foot, Nate? Or are we down to a 4 yet, mate? We down to a 4?
He's got a 4 out of 10 for. I told you before. I went down lower than 6 a long time ago. He wasn't even on a 6 back then. I gave him a 5 out of 10 before, right at the beginning, when everyone was saying he was good. Oh, he's got a better foot than 6. No. Okay, now you're gonna see. Now you all agree. Please, everyone. I want everyone to say I agree. It's not even fun though. I'm not happy about it, but it's what I saw is what I'm seeing, and it's happening week in, week out.
2 out of 10 for Anthony as well. I mean, the performance was horrific. There's no one walked out off of Old Trafford yesterday with any kind of what's what I'm looking for here. Any kind of pride. They can't have. It was an absolutely abysmal performance from the boys. The gaffer, did you see his post-match, Dave? I think you said you did. No, he's in and out. He's gone completely. The storms hit him. So, I don't know if anyone in the chat saw the post-match from the gaffer, but Ten Hag looked like he was a man beaten, to be quite honest with you. He's bringing the platitudes out about how he's a fighter, how he sees it as a challenge, how he... But as everyone's saying in the chat, with the team we've got and the personnel we've got on there, how does he get it better? Oh, Nate, did you hear what I was saying about the post-match press conference from the gaffer, saying that he's a fighter and you can see improvements from this team? Now, you see anything that gets this team, from what you saw yesterday, can you see anything on that pitch that's going to improve this team?
Yeah, I can, but I saw this all coming. I saw us losing game after game after game. The minute we had that many injuries, and I knew that we're not going to have them players anymore, I knew that it's going to be a problem. United are going to be a problem until we get our defence back. Varane and Martinez have to both be playing for us to be back. We're going to be soft at the back. We're going to be soft all through the middle, no matter what. We started playing again because we got a few more players back in the side. We actually started playing a bit better. But we still didn't have nothing going forward because we know Anthony ain't that good. Anyway, ain't going to create anything. And we need to have some other creative players. That's why I'm banking on Ahmad getting fit and being in the side. Because imagine, we had all the play. We had all the passing and everything in the first 2/3. The final third, absolutely nothing. No clear chances, no nothing. But the difference is if Ahmad's there, something's going to change. He's going to do something completely different, which is going to make us be able to open up doors. Hopefully then Rashford will follow suit and others will follow suit when you get more confidence because this guy comes in and does a job. We actually kept the ball well, second half. But then imagine, we are strong when we can lose the ball and we don't concede a goal. And then we have people with a little bit more intelligence to be able to go and do something. So that's the problem. So, yeah, I don't know. But the police just came.
We all knew what that was, mate. Don't worry, we all knew what that was. You're gonna give it a little Ali G 2 fingers behind the door, are you, mate?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's just
it's awful, mate. We've got nothing to say. I have to say, even in the hard times like now, these shows make me smile. Well, thanks, Curtis, because honestly, nothing's making me smile at the moment. As United fans, we are united in our love for the club. But it's these owners that are the issue. It is the owners. It does all start walking its way back to the owners. There's no two ways about it. As you, RG Bear again, the players have given up. The only thing I'd say about this team, honestly, it needs to be stripped bare. We have to accept that this team is all about money rather than loving the club. This is where I'm coming from again. As like I say, I understand that there's a lot of players now, like they're treated as commodities. So why would they love the club that they're playing for? You know what I mean? The moment that you're out of favour, you're gone. But you do expect them to fight a little bit more, in my opinion. Curlers, again, I still think back 14 years to when Joel did that Q&A spouting that shite he wants to own a side that wins titles. Less than 3 weeks later, he leaked a letter saying top four is what they want. Listen, if we're going to talk about the Glazers, it's about money for them. And they're businessmen. That's how you've got to look at them. They have no reason to love Manchester United as an institution, as a football club. And you can't expect them to. Like, I know we all want them to, but it's never going to be a thing that they do. So I think until they're gone, we can have this conversation. Last night we crossed the ball, Hoyland on the bench. Joey, Martial yesterday, man. Ducking out of headers, bruv. Like, we'll get into the player ratings right at the end. But just quickly, did you see what I saw? That was a real bad performance from him yesterday, I thought, Martial.
Yeah, he was nowhere to be seen. Didn't really get a chance to do anything. Didn't do anything. Didn't work anywhere. Didn't do anything extra. It's like he's containing himself from not getting injured. Like, he's not putting himself out to sprint down anything. It's like he just needs everything perfect. And until we're back to normal, there's no point even him playing, because we can't play anything perfect at the moment. We have to go and chase things down. We have to make things happen out of nothing. That's what we're looking for. But look, we don't need to get rid of everyone. What we need to do is continue getting rid of the players who were there before. And if we were able to do that, we would have had other players who would be playing right now while these other players are injured. And that's the problem. We've gone back to the exact same squad because everyone's injured that was new, pretty much. All the new players, all the good new players who make a difference to us, being any good. Like I say, Casemiro out, Martinez out, even Malacia out, like Shaw out. Like, these are our main guys who make us play football, make us a good team. We ain't got none of them. And like I said, Amrabat comes in. We still haven't had the chance to see Amrabat and Casemiro together. And then Ahmad, like, he had a good season last year. He had a very good season last year. You could see what he's all about. We need him in there. Hoyland's great addition, but until you get any supply for him, there's no point calling him and saying anything about him because you're only as good as your supply. And if you get supply, then you don't score the same way what happened with Weghorst last year. We got him the supply. He didn't score. He couldn't finish his dinner. Let's try and get Hoyland the supply before we say anything about him because we haven't seen him.
No, yeah. The only positive from last night was Aaron Wan-Bissaka returning. And I think that's exactly what Nathan was saying. We're waiting for these boys to come back, and hopefully that will improve the team, especially this back line. Aaron Wan-Bissaka back, Luke Shaw back, Malacia back, Martinez back, Varane back. Obviously, Varane's clearly carrying something as well. He's on the bench, but he's clearly carrying something because otherwise he's playing. Curtis, I agree with RG Bear. We sign a player and they stay regardless of how poor they are. Martial has been woeful for years, but still playing in the United. Yeah, because he's on 275 grand a week. No one's buying Martial. You know what I mean? So, Curtis again, the light in the tunnel. Maybe the return of Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We agree. I think this one's directed directly at you there, Nath. You know what I mean? Whoop, 50 miles per hour. That's whoop, the police are watching, son. Stay at 50. Emmanuel and Mbele. Solid name there, mate. That's a footballer's name, just so you know. Ten Hag. I'm not there, Emmanuel. I'm not gonna lie, mate. I'm not there.
I can't get him out. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't know who's
He's got too many good players in, mate. He's got too many good. He's made, like every manager, you can't bring 100% of players in and be happy with them all. Like, he's made one player who actually had an okay season last year, but we know what he is. We know he's not good enough to take us to the next levels. Everyone else, I'm quite happy with. I'm happy we got Malacia. I'm happy with Martinez, 100%. I'm happy with Casemiro. How overall what he did for us last year made us major different. I'm liking Amrabat. Like I say, okay, we brought in Mount. that's one of the ones where I don't know what's going on. We're yet
Yeah.
to see what he's going to do for us.
Mm.
But I can see where he's coming from with it. But like I said, he wouldn't have been my choice. But I can see what he was trying to do, replace an old Ericsson and try and bring in someone who can get goals and hopefully assist, even though it's not as good as him. But yeah, you look at Højlund, he does look a good player. So when we look at it, why do we want Ten Hag out? Like, what's the reason? Like, because he's having to use the old players that every single manager who came and used these old players got slapped. What are you expecting that Ten Hag is going to make Maguire pacey or Lindelof be able to handle anyone who's half decent? It's not going to happen. Or Dalot to stay awake. He's not. He's Nemo. So he's going to stay asleep. And everything's going to happen. That's going to happen. While them players are in, we're going to lose games for fun. When we get our boys back, we'll start seeing everything pick up. And that's what he said. The reason why he's saying we're getting better, he knows we're getting better because he's got one extra player that's made us a little bit better. Another player back in, we're a little bit better again. We get everyone back. That's the only time when we're good, by the way, is when everyone's back. Everyone has to be back. It can't be 90%. We need Martinez back, who makes a difference at the back. If he's not there and everyone else is there, we can't get out the back. We're still going to have to play one of them dead players who's going to concede goals for fun. So that's our problem. Let's wait till we get everyone back and then start losing like this and then get Ten Hag out. I'm not ever saying it until then.
No, but the bottom, even if, like, listen, even I'll play devil's advocate for the Ten Hag out crew, which I do know it's a growing contingent now. So I'll play devil's advocate on it. What they're saying, what there's no style of play on the pitch, is what they're saying. But it's exactly what you're coming back to what you're saying, Nathan. Is without the personnel to implement his style, we're just back to the same dead ballers that we've had for the last 5-6 years. Exactly what you were saying a minute ago. I think there was Dad saying it about the same players. We've got nothing unless we've got that first team 11 out there. We're a weak team. We are a weak team because all we need is the Duke pulled over. Now anyone said that. We have to be honest. Liverpool, City, and Arsenal all have managers who placed an entire squad, and now look, no United manager will be given that chance with the Glazers. I have to agree. You know, you look at when Pep walked into Man City and he just binned Joe Hart, and we were all like, "Whoa, wow, how? Who did he bring as well? Claudio Bravo as well. You know what I mean? Like,
then binned him after 2 games.
You know what I mean?
So now you're not good enough. Yeah, I thought you were, but you're not. Nah, get out. Let's get another keeper. Nah, he's not good enough for Premier League.
New follower, I'm hoping. New subscriber. Expectations are too high. I agree with our fan base at the moment. Yeah, I do agree that they are too high at the moment. And Dad's with a big question. Who would you sign in January? So I'll simplify it, Nate, for you. Anyone apart from unrealistic ones, you get one signing. Who do you bring in? Position, where do you bring someone into this team? What do you think is most lacking from this team at the moment?
I think we need a defender, centre back. We can't afford to have just Martinez and just Varane. Varane's old; he'll get injured often. So when he's out, we're already back to being weak as Pete. And then you look at Martinez. If he doesn't come back fully fit, now you've not got another player who can progress the ball. So we're definitely missing cover or a player who's going to play when someone like Martinez is not playing. So whoever's out there, I don't even know who's out there that you can go and get that can progress the ball from the back. I'd hope that we have some people who are looking out there for players and actually have a number of players on their list. Let's please see them.
Yeah, it's the young Portuguese fella, isn't it? Benfica. A lot of people talking about Silva. I think it's Antonio Silva, solid centre back. But again, it's this thing where we're hoping that he's going to be able to replicate the form in Portuguese league, in the Premier League, and he's a young fella. I think, is it Ignacio, the other one, and Osimhen Diamande? They're all young though. We're talking 19, 20-year-olds here. You know what I mean?
Try them all, whatever. That's what I would try and get.
Centre back.
Yeah, obviously that's the position that will do the job. I'm expecting Ahmad to come in and be able to lift us a bit because I think the kind of football we just played in the second half, forget the defensive side, but be able to get that ball out to Ante a number of times. And imagine that's Ahmad a number of times. And then you've got Højlund up there and Rashford on the left. Hopefully, things will happen from the right a lot more. And it'll just mean that we'll be able to get goals. He is that good, timing-wise, and on the ball. He's a guy who's press resistant. He loves players trying to come and get the ball off him, and he's popping it off, getting it back. He's like I said, I see a Messi kind of style to his game where he walks with it, jogs with it, and then as soon as the player comes, he's pop move, give it back, bang, bang, bang. He's did that when he came in with the youth team. They all noticed it. They kept finding him. They kept giving him the ball. Keep giving him the ball. Imagine that. The amount of times we keep giving Anthony. I can't believe, by the way, Ten Hag trying to cover Anthony, saying, "Oh, the whole team's not the good best," and they're not giving him the ball. I'm like, are you serious? How many times he gets the ball and he's able to strafe dribble, FIFA dribble like the guy ready to take him on, and he doesn't, and he hasn't got no end product. Okay, yesterday I'll give him. I was actually okay with him yesterday. Like I said, I was happy. I was slightly more happy with him yesterday.
Still a lack of end product though, mate. Still a lack of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was no shots on target. And you
Yeah.
look at him and you say, yeah, there's nothing. I can't moan at you for that because that's just your left foot. You're never gonna score often. It's just the way you are. That's just what you can do, innit? That's what you're about. So how can I shout at you and say be better? You're not gonna be better. That's your limit. So you're trying your best. You're being at your best. That's it. We need someone else. That's where you say get out and let's bring someone else in.
Yeah, and another right winger. Cool. How bad is it that we're spending all this money on right wingers and none of them are working? Curtis agrees with you. We need a centre back in January. Vital to break up that choice of Harry and Victor Lindelof. I really wanted that Kim Min Jae. Obviously, it hasn't happened, but yeah, you've seen the one. Yeah, we'll get to it, mate. We'll get to it. We need Greenwood back on the right. Listen, I think Greenwood. I don't see that happening. That's done and done.
I think he's done.
But I think
you never know. But he's done.
I think he's giving away a little bit of inside baseball here about your license here, Nath. If Duke gets pulled over by the old bill, he'll have more points than United.
What,
man,
3 points?
Man, you're procking that 11, ain't you? That's what he's saying, mate. You're procking that 11 points.
Oh my gosh, man. We are in trouble.
Right. Let's get into the player ratings then. Let's get this over with because it's devastatingly disappointing. Honji Onana between the sticks. What are we giving him for the last night?
I didn't see any mistakes of his. Nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I think his passing was tremendous. It was on point as normal. But what happened after that was our players couldn't deal with the balls into them. We end up giving the ball away a lot of times. But for him, yeah, I'll give him a 6. I can't give him any more than that because we got beat 3-0.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6. I can't give him nothing more. I'm clearly trying to fill time. I can't find the Dallo one. I apologise. I can't find it. So Dallo, we'll keep Onana up. Yeah, we'll keep Onana up for Dallo. Dallo, what are you giving Dallo?
Dallo's a 4.
Another 4.
He's a 4. He's a 4, man. He can't be letting people run past him. He was lazy with that defending yesterday. Very lazy. Yeah. He didn't want to do the job of defending, getting back in position early, and it cost us a goal. And that was the first goal. And it should never have happened. A proper defender doesn't allow that to happen. And we lost the ball all the way up in our half. And all of a sudden, we can't get ourselves back in time. That was poor. It was very, very poor. So, yeah, I'm not happy.
It's Sergio Reguilon at left back.
I think he did all right, actually. He didn't get beat too easily at all. He put some good balls in the box. He was passing and moving, trying to pass and be on the front foot quite a lot. I'll give him a 6. I think it was a 6.
That's not bad. Not bad. Harry Maguire at the back.
Look, he didn't do too much wrong, but at the same time, it's just not that good. I'm going to give him a 6 as well. I think he actually was okay on the ball, sprayed the ball out a lot of times, and it all got there. So that was good. He Cruyffed himself out of trouble at times and kept it moving. But again, like I say, defensively, he's just not the levels we need. And they're the kind of goals, where it doesn't look like he could do anything else. But the difference is no one's going to concede that amount of space. The minute he gets back, he gets back to the halfway line, and then he gets himself stuck. That's fine. I mean, not halfway line, to the edge of the box, sorry. Gets himself stuck on another player, and then Lindelof's not... it's just them two are just not good enough, if you get what I mean. It would have been cut out at source, and we wouldn't have had to deal with the guy running, and just running in and scoring. Like, just no one on him at all. You've got to shut down the shot, get your foot in, get close enough to be able to do that. And I think Martinez Varane would have been able to do that. They would never let someone just run in and whip the ball bottom corner without a shot or even being within 5 yards. So he's getting a 6 today. I think he did okay for what he is.
Right, Casemiro and DM.
Yeah, he did okay at the beginning, then got injured and come off. So he's another one. I'd probably give him a 5 because I want to see the levels that I remember from last year. He needs to be, we need to see more of him now. He's getting injured too much.
Arsenal fans are calling Odegaard a ghost. Casper, the friendly ghost on the pitch. Talking of ghosts, what are you giving Mason Mount?
Was he playing?
I know, mate, honestly. Wow.
Did he play yesterday?
I know. I bigged this man up as well, and he has done nothing but disappoint me since he's turned up. So
yeah, he had one power shot which was straight down the keeper's pipe, so that's fine. Oh, good, well done. He had one overlap which I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. He done an overlap and got the ball played into him. At least he had a bit of movement on that. But yeah, everything else, not good enough. Not good enough, mate.
Yeah.
I'm giving him a 4. Wait a minute, I gave Dalot a 4. I'll give him a 5. I'll give him a 5.
Yeah. I thought the 4 for Dallo was pretty generous, mate. That's where now you're coming on stuck.
I know. I feel like I'm being a little bit wrong here. I feel like maybe Dalot needs to be 3 and he needs to be 4. That must be right. Yeah, 3 and 4 for them. Yeah, that's the one.
One of the few men that did, in fact, put a lot of energy out there, even though it was misplaced energy. The man from Tunisia, Hannibal. What are we giving him?
I'm a 5. I don't think he's good enough. Yeah. I think he's not short of hard work at all. He's just grit and determination without too much ability about him. He's never going to be a Man United main player. You can see that already. He's played enough games where you've not seen any special things out of him. You don't go, oh my days, did you see that? Or did you see this? There's none of that. So for me, obviously, he's a good enough player to possibly play in the Prem, maybe Prem Championship. I think he's a Championship type player playing in the Prem with United at the moment because his hard work is getting him in there ahead of other players' ability. Simple as that, I think. So yeah, I'll give him a 5.
On the right wing, we said he did a little bit better last night. Anthony, the £90 million man. Let me remind you that £90 million.
No, I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. I think he actually worked real hard. He linked up well. He played through ball to Bruno as well. He crossed one ball over to the back post, which was pretty good. Shot was crap. He took on players. He was moving the ball a bit better, taking players on a bit better, and it came to being able to continue linking. I was happy with a lot of his improvement and his work rate, but again, I wasn't happy with the output of having no shots on target and no assists again. So that part, if he continues doing what he did yesterday, I'll maybe see some improvement. And hopefully if he continues to stay out in training every day after training and work on that shot, then hopefully he'll get better at the shot. It can happen. You can get better. He does have good power in his shot. It's just his technique is wrong. His technique is all wrong, and I can see it a mile away. Every time he takes a shot, he tucks himself up, you call it. You get too close to the ball, and you move and you hit, and you haven't got space to be able to do the whip or anything and hit it really well, consistently enough. So yeah, I want to give him some training sessions and help him do that.
Man United, if you're listening, we've got a prolific striker here, willing and ready to teach our boys how to get the ball in the onion bag. It'll work lovely with Benny McCarthy. You know what I mean? The magic from Benny's worn off, so let's get the Duke in there. The man from Argentina, or the boy from Argentina, Alejandro Garnacho. What we saying? Another start where he failed to impress, in my opinion.
Yeah, he didn't do much. I give him a 5. I think he wasn't as good as Anthony. I was happy that he came off rather than Anthony yesterday. I was like, good, well done, Gaffer. You saw which one was the worst of the two, and it was Garnacho. This time, for the first time in a long time, it was actually Garnacho who was worse than Anthony. So yeah, he was not the best, and he's always better coming on. I think he's a good impact sub, and again, it makes me feel that he's not going to get to a level. I feel like he's not going to be at a level where he's going to be a first team winger for us. I just don't see it. I can't see it yet. Maybe he will get better and I will see it. But at the moment in time, what he's producing, the way he does things, I can't see him being that kind of player yet.
I'm worrying about this. Is this going to be a streets will never forget player? You know, one of them players that bursts onto the scene. You think he's absolutely phenomenal, but then when you start playing him all the time, these flaws come to the forefront. You know what I mean? Because he did absolutely nothing yesterday, in my opinion, and got on that show. So, talking of Anthony's, as I was about to say it, the man up top, Anthony Martial, your boy's favourite. What you saying?
About a 2. Probably about a 2.
About
About a 2 out of 10, I think.
Yeah.
I think 2 out of
We're
10
understanding.
might be generous. Yeah, 2 out of 10, I think, though. He was poor to yesterday. He was nowhere to be involved. Didn't do anything that I was happy with. I didn't see him do anything. Like, no hold-up play, no shutting down where he even won it, no link-up play. Didn't really have any shots that I can remember. He had one run across where he nearly got his head on a header. Okay, it looked like he ducked, but okay, he tried his best to get on it. But apart from that, nothing at all from Marshall. And you started. You got to do better. You've got to do better. Even if your hammy's gonna not help you, then you're no longer a football player, mate. You either sprint like you used to, or you can't sprint anymore, and you go and play lower levels where you can run around at 40% or 60%, whatever it is. You've not ran at 100% since you've been back. Since you've been back from these injuries. I saw him run. He did pace out someone in an earlier game when he came on in the season. But apart from that, he's poor. 2 out of 10.
You're walking yourself down a path. You're like, no, I'm stunned with this. 2. That's it. I'm only going to talk about one sub that really made an impact. The rest of them will come on too late. Amrabat on at half time for the injured Casemiro.
I think, you know what? I think he done a good job. Although he lost the ball, and then it led to the goal. Look, I don't think I got no problems with him. Yeah, I've got no problems with him at all. He kept the ball moving. He was in the areas. He's doing what Casemiro was doing. The simple parts of what Casemiro were doing last year. Obviously, Casemiro's got more in his locker where he sees things and he does more. But this guy, he does what you want in a central defensive midfielder. Get the ball, spray it, move it quickly, win the ball back. No nonsense. Just do what you need to do. It reminds me of like what Roy Keane used to do, but obviously Roy Keane was at more higher level. But just what he does and what you need for a player. You need one of them system players that are good enough at their job and specialize in their position. I think that's what he does. I think I'll give him. He's probably our best player on the day. I probably think. I can't think anyone else was better than him.
No.
Yeah, I think he was pretty good. It's just that he gave us the ability to keep the ball for pretty much all the second half. So yeah, good player. I really like him.
Yeah. No, definitely coming into his own. I'd agree with you. Best player on the day yesterday for us. And he only played half a game, so that tells you how bad we actually were yesterday. I don't think there's much more to dissect from this game. Have you got any final thoughts, Nath, on the performance and the Fulham game coming up on Saturday?
Final thoughts is United are going to struggle until we have a real good attacking player on the right. Ahmad, please hurry up. I know you're jogging again, but please hurry up and get fit. Another 2 weeks or so, hopefully, where you'll be ready to join in or even come off the bench on Saturday. We need something off the right to be like even be a sub for now and then come on for Anthony when he plays bad, as we know he's gonna do. So take him off, bring Ahmad on, give him 20 minutes here and there, and give him 30 minutes, and then give him more and more, and then just let him play. Let him play his game. And then hopefully we'll see Martinez back in a few months' time. Or we try and buy a defender, like I said. We need to buy a centre-back. Wan-Bissaka, I'm happy he's back. United are getting back to the players we've got. We just need to create open chances now. Like, remember, Eriksen was a massive difference maker to us getting through the thirds once it got into that third and then being able to open things up. Remember, Martinez was the guy who played it to Eriksen or played it into them areas so then we could play. We're missing those two vital ingredients to get us to that point where we can then make it count. So until we see that, we're going to struggle. And Ten Hag, I hope nobody's going to say Ten Hag out until we get them boys back or until we get to January and get someone in that can actually do that. Saturday comes, midday game. We're going to be struggling again. I'm telling you, it's going to be tough away at Fulham. I wouldn't be surprised if we got beat and if we didn't score a goal either. It's just one of them things. We're not in a position right now where we can compete. We can't compete with anyone. No matter who's in. Pep can come in right now. We won't be able to compete. So maybe Pep will, maybe Pep will last.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. Honestly, with these players, mate, the player power. But yeah, on that lovely and uplifting final thought from Nathan there, thanks to everyone in the chat. You've been amazing today. Seen some new faces in there. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all that for us. Leave a comment, get that algorithm working in our favour. As I always say, you can come and find us on Twitter, or X, sorry. X, you can come and find us on X. You can send us what's it called now? An X, not even a tweet, is it? You can send me an X.
I think it's X, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a chat with you. So yeah, thanks to everyone there.
Thanks.
Yeah, send us an X. You know what I mean. Thank you, Nathan, for joining us today and giving your thoughts. And yeah, we'll see you on it'll be a post match on Sunday because I ain't about Saturday, which is nice. You know. I don't have to watch that. I don't have to watch that nonsense on Saturday afternoon. I have to watch it on a replay. So thank you everyone for joining us. Stay safe. Wash your hands and peace out.